Hi, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I call this look Sunset Dreaming. We're gonna start off with the P. Louise Brow Balm. We just really want to load up the product on our spoolie and just really get those brow hairs to be pushed upwards so we can get a really full brow look. Of course, we are going to go over the brows with a spatula to really get them laid down in place and to get a really cool laminated effect as well. Okay, so I don't really like a high arch when I do brows, so I'm just gonna use the P. Louise eyebrow pencil to just like really straighten out the arch. I just feel like a straighter arch just looks better. And then I'm gonna use the P. Louise eyebrow paint in Espresso, and I'm just gonna use really light flickering motions on a small angled brush to just fill in that area that we created with the brow pencil. And this is what it's looking like so far, so you can just see how natural it does look when you just really lightly do like the small brow hairs to really fill in that area. And you also can go over any areas of the brows that are sparse. You already know what time it is. Of course, what else would we be using? I'm going in with the P. Louise base on a 7071 brush. This combination is everything. Try it if you haven't. I carved underneath the brow and now I'm patting the base into the lid. Of course, gonna do the same thing on the other side. Take your time because you really want to get a nice sharp carve underneath your brow, you know what I mean? And you want to pat the base until matte. Okay, so now I added the Inglot Black Gel Liner in the waterline and I'm going underneath the eye with the P. Louise base. Let's start with our blend. First color, second color, third color, fourth color. Starting off with our first color, which is the deepest color, and we're just gonna slowly start to build our shape. The idea is to not put too much product on at a time. So the idea is to just go little by little at a time, and you see how much I've already built it up using light pressure, taking the same shade underneath the eye as well. You just want to focus on really just building up your shape and really building up that color as much as you can. Now we're starting off with our second blend, and notice how the brush is slightly bigger, so you do want to go bigger as your blend gets higher. So your brush does have to get a little bit bigger as your blend gets higher. And of course, going underneath the eye, really just mimicking everything that we've already done with the first blend that we did. Third blend now. So the brush again is slightly bigger, and we are just still continuing with the light pressure, a little bit of product at a time, making sure that we are mimicking the blend underneath the eye. So the blend underneath the eye matches the blend that we're putting on the lid as well. And this is our fourth blend color. It is yellow. Important thing to note is that as we got higher in the blends, it got lighter. So you always want to go from dark to light when it comes to blends, and make sure that your brushes go from small to big. And we are really just making sure that we get this fourth blend to be really blown out, because it's our last blend, so we can have some room to blow this out. And now what you're going to see me doing is going back into all of the blends that we've already done to reinforce them, because what happens is when we go on top of a blend with another color, sometimes we do lose the intensity of the blend before. So you just see me really building up the color again to really make sure that all the colors in our blend are vivid and bold and vibrant. So now I'm going in with the second shade that we used to really build it up again. Like how I was saying before, we really want to make sure every single blend that we do is vivid, bold, and vibrant. And now you just kind of see me toggling back and forth between the second and the third blend, just to make sure that there's just like this really seamless gradient between the two. Same thing on the other side, just really ensuring that every single shade in our blend is visible. We don't want to lose that. Okay, so now what I did is this. Instead of going back in with our first color, I just really wanted it to be more deep and dramatic, so I mixed it with black. So this is our very first shade mixed with black. And you can just really tell how instantly it just completely made the look so much more dramatic. Of course, we are gonna need some shimmery pigment action going on. You know I can't finish this look off without some extra drama. So I'm just gonna take this beautiful Pigment by Peaches and Cream and really just pat that on. You see me blending out the edges as well to just really ensure a seamless gradient between the pigment and our blend. I added lashes and foundation. I like to apply concealer quite liberally because I really do love a bright under eye. So I do use both tapping and swiping motions. And now I'm just going to use a smaller blending brush to really get up underneath where we did the blend. If you use a bigger brush, then you might disturb the blend that we just worked so hard for. And right there, I just cut the blend. I call this cutting the blend. It's just really adding like a sharp edge to the blend that you've done, and it just allows for some more structure to your look. So now I'm going to contour to add, you know, some depth, some definition to the face. So of course we're going to contour the cheekbones and the forehead. I'm going to use a blending brush to tap the setting powder underneath the eye to set the concealer, and then a regular fluffy face brush to apply the setting powder on other areas of the face. The key to highlight is not to apply too much at once. So you want to apply in one area and then use whatever's left on your brush to blend outwards. So you want to have a nice gradient with your highlight, with majority of the product being applied in the center. So now it's time for lip liner. So the key to lip liner, I find, if you really want to get it nice and precise, try to do just teeny tiny strokes at a time. So if you go in and you just like do really long swipes, then it's more likely that your lip liner is not going to be as neat. Using a medium-sized fluffy blending brush, I'm just really focusing on blending the lip base into the lip liner for just a really beautiful, seamless gradient between the lip base and the lip liner. Take your time working mascara, make sure that it coats each lash. Lip gloss really ties together the lip look, and I find if you really want a precise lip gloss application, you've got to use a flat brush. And this is the final look. It reminds me so much of a sunset and it makes me smile. So let me know if it made you smile. If you like it, let me know what all of your thoughts are. I hope everyone who's watching this is having an absolutely amazing day, and just remember that all of your life's desires are yours. See ya!